Hi guys, Michaela here. We're out in my barn. I figured a change of scenery might be nice for y'all, so here we are. Basically, I've got an unboxing video for you guys today. It is on Special Bonnie again. It's a heat and pressure treated line diamond, and it's a radiant cut 8.90 carats. So here's the certificate, which I have here, and obviously we have the back side there. Let's go ahead and open it. I've got the tester ready here to go, so we'll see. Wow, very pretty, very pretty. Yeah, this lighting is good. I thought it might be a good choice of lighting. Now these are lower grade diamonds. You can see that when you look at this, right? It's a little bit cloudy. I mean, that's why they're so cheap, because they are a low grade diamond. See that? And you guys can almost, if you look, can almost see some inclusions, and I'm trying to get the light here. Right there. And it should be a size 8. I wanted it to be a size 8 so I could wear it on my other hand. And it's the split shank design here. And I'm sure it's got the 925 stamp here. And then look at the up close Instagram video, because I'll do that in some lighting that really, you know, pulls out the beauty of the diamond. So now we're going to go ahead and test it, and then I'll try it on the hand. Very pretty, very pretty. So yeah, that's the video for today. I wanted to talk about some other things, and if you don't want to listen to this next part, you don't have to. The price will be in the title, and the link to the ring will also be in the title. So you'll have that, and of course, if you've not watched my channel, the link to the store is always below in the description. So you have that if you've not watched my channel. So I wanted to kind of talk about the IGI diamond rings. So I know a lot of people have been asking about Luvanche, and I would love to do a promotional video for them. Now, discussing that, I will say that this is what I have found doing a lot of research on these companies. Loose Grown has much cheaper prices when it comes to the fancy colored diamonds. And they do have very good prices on their white diamonds as well. Very, 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 very good. But on Luvanche, once in a while, when they run a sale and it's half off, you know, you have to type in, let's say you want to spend $2,000 on the diamond. Then you need to type in 4,000, because it's going to cut that in half, and you'll see that it's, you know, it's 2,000. So that kind of makes it a little bit confusing, but if you do that, then you'll see what I'm talking about. They have some beautiful diamonds on there, really cheap, like 10 karat diamonds for $1,500. So Luvanche is a really good deal too. But it's kind of a toss-up, you know. Really, I think you just kind of look at both stores and decide. Another thing I will say is that Neptune Jewels and the companies that I've done in the past that weren't loose grown, it's always good to kind of run it by them if you don't plan on buying from loose grown or Luvanche, because I will say their settings are cheaper. And sometimes they can snag a deal on a diamond, you know, but you can also just reach out to Loose Grown and Luvanche and say, hey, what would you take for this diamond? Because this, and they'll do price matches. So just say this company over here is offering this and see if they'll work with you on that. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I do love Neptune Jewels. You guys know that. I think they have great ways to pay, but Luvanche does offer PayPal. So if you have like Pay in 4 or stuff like that, that might work out. It just kind of depends on what your credit situation is. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. And I'm always open to selling some of my IGI diamonds. So if you're interested in buying them, just reach out to me. I'll put my email in the description, and they will most definitely be probably cheaper because I'm, you know, maybe trying to sell them so that I can get more, etc. So definitely email me if you're interested in any of them. And then I'll put my Poshmark below and my Mercari below. But my Poshmark is the one that I sell the IGI diamonds. If I'm going to sell them, I sell them there. Or through PayPal, that's why if you email me, I sell it through PayPal. You get buyer protection. I mean, you're good to go. Send it in an invoice. It's perfect. So if you're interested in doing that, you can just let me know. With that being said, I really want to do another IGI diamond ring. I can't really afford it right now. I really wish that I could. So definitely if you can help me out by buying some of my jewelry, I would appreciate it. That way I can do another one. I'd like to do like a trilogy design ring because we've not done that yet. And, you know, the prices are so good and they're such beautiful diamonds. So beautiful. So there's that. But anyhow, that's what I wanted to kind of discuss. So I would say the fancy colored Loose Grown has cheaper. You know, obviously Neptune Jewels is a good one to go with. JMR Gems is pretty good. And then obviously Cigar, the guy who sold me this, Radiant, is amazing. I love him. He's always he's really reasonable. So there's him. So yeah, I think that's pretty much. And then if you want to go with white colored diamonds, like I said, it's kind of a toss up. You know, if you're wanting for big and cheap, I would say look at Luvanche. If you're wanting something cheap that's not too big, you know, you'd probably look at Loose Grown, but that's what my research and all my hard work has kind of shown me at this point. So I hope that helps out if you're looking to buy, you know, IGI diamonds. So yeah. And of course, you know, you've seen all my videos on wedding bands and stuff like that. So there's plenty of companies there who do really reasonable prices on those and even enhancer bands. So yeah, that's the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. This ring is really pretty. Very pretty. And like I said, these are lower grade diamonds, and that is why they are cheap. At least this is what my jeweler told me, and kind of, you know, my research and what I've done and what he's done, you know, has told me. And then I've had a lot of subscribers that go and take theirs to their jeweler and they say the same thing. I've had people from Australia, Canada, you know, and they're like, yeah, it's unbelievable that these are diamonds. They're just lower grade. So it's depending on what you want. I'm going to be honest. If you want a ton of sparkle, you know, I would say lab-grown diamonds for the price are probably the best you're going to get. Neptune Jewels is amazing. I can't say because they're all amazing, right? They're all great. Sometimes what I do is I go through the filters on Loose Grown and Luvanche, and then I send those diamond certificates on WhatsApp over to the different people, and I say, what would you charge me for this? And depending on who says what, you know, and depending on the payment method, like, do I have to make payments on this? Then I'm probably going to have to go through Loose Grown or through, you know, or am I going to use PayPal credit? Okay, Louvance, you know, or, you know, obviously we have Neptune Jewels also offers Affirm, so that's helpful. But yeah, I just kind of, I take my time with it, but you don't want to take your time too much. I will say that, because then you lose out on the diamond. If you wait around a few weeks, that diamond's gone because someone else saw it and they bought it outright and said, I want that. So if you find a good deal, you do kind of want to snag it in a timely manner. And if a company is not getting back to you, just move on to another company, because you know, because the diamond will go, and then you don't have, and now you're sitting there going, okay, well, this one is going to cost me $500 more, and I could have just gotten that one. So there's that. But yeah, I would say if you're wanting really sparkly white diamonds, I did want to talk about color grade too as well. So, and like I said, if you don't want to watch me babble on, just don't watch the rest of this video. I've already done the unboxing for Special Bonnie. I would say color grade wise, if you're wanting something to really stand out, G is safe, but F is extra safe. Like, you know, if it's an F color diamond, it's going to pop. It's going to be very white. So I would say F is a really good deal. You don't, I mean, you can go to E and D, but honestly, F is so white, you don't necessarily have to. I mean, if that's in your heart and you say, I want an E color diamond, go ahead. But you could do F and it would cost you less. SI1 is safe if it's eye clean. You don't want to see, so the clarity grade, you know, I would say go with VS2 and above. If you're going to go with SI1 to save some money, let's say, hey, that's $500 less, I'd like to give it a go, then look at the diamond video very closely, ask the store. But if you look at the video and you don't see any predominant lines in the diamond and they're just, you know, spaced out little dots, you're probably not going to see them. I would say G is also a good, safe color. It's going to be a gorgeous diamond. You're going to love it. The heart cut G that I have looks like an F. It's beautiful. The oval cut G that I have is really pretty as well. Now, I will say this radiant that is an H is very pretty, but when you go to the H, you can definitely see that there is a little drop in the color grade. You notice it, you can see it, but it's very slight, and sometimes it makes it look more like an authentic diamond. But if you're wanting sparkle and bling in white, then I would say G and up. And like I said, SI1 is a good, if you're trying to save money, and basically you just have to make sure that it's eye clean. I have how many? 2 SI1 IGI diamonds right now, and you can't see it unless it's under a loop. This one is an SI1, and you cannot see a single inclusion in that diamond. But I can see that it's an H color. Like if I showed you, we should probably do a video. So if you guys are interested in seeing a video where I kind of show each diamond next to the other, you know, and we go through the color grades. If that's something you want to see, let me know, comment below. Definitely help me out if you can buy some rings, you know, go on my Mercari, hit me up through email, because I really want to do this trilogy design ring, but I'm not an endless like ATM, you know, I don't have millions of dollars. Like, I have to space things out. And if I don't get any help from you guys, then basically I'm looking at waiting till November to do another IGI diamond ring. That's where that would put me. And even then, that may not work, because, you know, it just depends on where your credit is at the time. Like, yes, I can say I'm going to sit here and continue trying to build my credit, but you don't know. Things happen, whatever. So it's just one of those things. I would like to do one now because it's summer, it's nice out, and I'm feeling it, and I'm wanting to do it. But, you know, I have to space things out. We have bills and stuff we all have to pay. So anyway, that's the video for today. I do hope that you enjoyed it, and I'm sorry I blabbed on, but I just wanted to kind of go over some things, you know, and kind of clear some things up so you know what to look for when you're out there. looking for IGI diamonds. And of course, I want to do this beautiful unboxing video on Special Bonnie. And they sold me, or they gave me a pair of oval earrings. So and when I tested them, automatically they showed as a diamond with this tester. Just right away, diamond. They had a little bit of a blue hue to them, but they did test as a diamond. And I've had that happen a lot, where I'll test it and it'll test as a diamond, test as a moissanite, test as a diamond, you know, kind of back and forth, because that tester's not that dependable. But that should tell you, if it's even testing as a diamond, that it must be a diamond. And then of course, I've spoken with my jeweler, who's been doing this for 30 plus years, and he clarified that they were low grade diamonds. And then a lot of my subscribers have done that as well. So that's my opinion. I can't just sit here and say, hey, I know this for 100% fact, but I pretty much feel like I know that at this point. But you know, this is my opinion and my experience with them. So anywho, that is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you have a wonderful day.